Styles of We Ride Biker for Life, and I welcome you to the We Ride for a Cure channel. My goal is to do an inspirational video on this platform as many days as I can. I'm testing myself to see how far I can go. The goal is, as I'm speaking, I want to make sure that everything that comes out of my mouth hits you in the proper way to keep you motivated. I'm doing a complete series of videos on this page so that those who are trying to do better in their health reserve regiments, health activities, they can get the best information from a person who has experienced health issues. I am an 8-year survivor of colon cancer, and anything that I speak on is based upon my experience as a person who went through several years of getting himself back together. Going through my experience was not a rags to riches story. It's not a fun topic. However, I speak on it because so many of us need to hear someone who isn't the rich person with the fancy house. You need to hear somebody who actually can speak from an honest standpoint. So, as I'm on YouTube, I'm going to give you a brief description of myself. I'm speaking slow for a reason. In 2014, after separating from now my ex-wife, 23 days later, I'm in a hospital, finding out that within 2 weeks, I had cancer. During that time, I had made some decisions in my life to start over in another state with a new opportunity that could have taken care of a lot of things. Unfortunately, on the day that I was on my way to move, I ended up in the hospital less than 8 hours before I got on the Greyhound. And that was the start of my new life. I went from living in an apartment with someone and her mother and a dog to living in my store. And right before I was about to start over, and let me say the amount of money that I was going to make would have changed everything and gave me a brand new start. And with the skills and qualities that I have as an airbrush artist of now 37 years, nothing was going to stop me from being successful. And then cancer came. So if you can imagine being able to stay with a friend until you were able to get a place, not that he was bothered by you staying there, but starting over and with the talent that you have, money was not a problem. To being somewhere where you're sleeping you're sleeping, mind you, in a folding chair and a tote bag with two pillows and a cover, because now you're living in your store. You walked away from an apartment that you could have kept, but you didn't want to stay there because you didn't want to deal with the memories of that place and who you were with at the time. And you're just trying to just get some type of peace. And then cancer enters into your life. Not that you were unhealthy, but because you were overly stressed out, and the stress ignited something that was lurking inside of you, and you gave it the adrenaline to continue existing. and that was depression. There is a beautiful story that I heard from a New York Harlem legend known as Mecca Audio. And his story on his channel, Mecca Audio, he talks about prison life because he spent 26 years in prison under the kingpin charges of selling drugs. He talked about how, had it not been for President Trump, he would have never got out of prison. So instead, letting the time do him, he took advantage of the time while he was there, got certificates, certified in many jobs, trades. He took advantage of his time and made the most of it. He also wrote a book, Aurora in Harlem, which I hope he comes out with a movie. It's an excellent book. I actually have the book here. And he talks about the 80s and how the 80s was in Harlem. And Harlem was huge. A lot of things were going on in Harlem. Always something going on in Harlem. But at the time, he grew up in the time where hip hop really began to get exposed. And some of the people that are famous, some that have been in movies such as Paid in Full, he was there in that time period. All of the cars, all of the lifestyles, he was there. Not to also mention that he was in Florida as well as I was in the 90s. So I can bear witness that he was talking the truth. There's a statement that he said, and he spoke about his mom. And I'm going to share this story, and then I'm going to my speech allegedly. He was going through a moment in his life, and he was distracted by it, and he didn't know how to deal with it. And it was so bad that he went to his mom. And I hope when Mecca sees this, that he will verify everything that I said is accurate. During the conversation with his mom, by the way, he's Jamaican, he's a Jamaican heritage, and he is also a descendant of the great Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Dig that. And during the conversation, his mother said these words. I hope you listen to this very carefully. Pain only lasts 14 days. Move on afterwards. That's my message to you all. And I'm going to give you all a test. I'm going to give you an assignment after you listen to this statement, my speech. The human body, when it encounters pain, sores, bruises, it goes through a cycle of 2 weeks, 14 days to begin the healing process. Every 45 minutes, your blood goes into every part of your body to make sure that what needs to be attended to gets the attention that it needs. That includes bruises, that includes scabs, or whatever is necessary. Got a text that just came in. And during that period, every 45 minutes, your body's doing a diagnostic check. So every 45 minutes, within 5 hours, your body has had 5 complete cycles of diagnostics. That also includes digestion. The organs are communicating what's necessary. If there's any pain, the blood tends to it. The body is doing its job. But its objective is to heal itself and continue with the process of living. This is the cycle that all human beings and all things in the universe goes through in order to continue functioning. as it was created to do. Everything that you experience is a lesson. When you take the lesson and you learn from it, you move on. Had I learned this back in 2014, you may have not heard of me, but I had to go through an experience of deep depression, hurt, something that I didn't want. It happened. Financial straits came about, and just being a man, it bothered me because, and I said this in a previous video, I felt like the biggest loser of losers, and everyone was laughing at me. This is the moment where you have to look deep inside of yourself and profess it, manifest it here first, and profess it and speak from the heart, from the gut. Speak power into your words. 14 days from now, I no longer am bothered by anything that holds me back. 14 days from now, whatever I experience through that loved one, girlfriend, boyfriend, loss, no longer affects me. You have to utilize this because the human body does it, whether you realize it or not. But once you recognize what this is, it's a small moment in your life. You can get through it and you can move on. All right. I've been doing chakra exercises, so I'm going to be clearing my throat because I've been cleaning my throat chakra and saying things and professing things. And I noticed that as I continue doing this, my throat kind of tries to clear itself out. So you may hear me hacking a little bit. So please forgive me. What I want you all to do as I talk to all of my clients, you're going to take a piece of paper, you're going to take a calendar, and you're going to count down 14 days. And within them 14 days, you're going to create an exercise program for you and you only to improve yourself. And after the 14 days, you're going to reach a certain goal. Now, this is going to make you discipline yourself. This is going to make you get a book, get a calendar, get a notepad, and you're going to stay active because once you set yourself to reach that goal, nothing and no one should stop you from reaching that goal. So I'm going to give you an exercise. Anyone who's watching, thank you for watching. I hope you share this and I hope you watch this over and over again. Again, pain only lasts 14 days. After that, move on and heal. You can take the water. You all followed me, watch any of my videos. I talk about the importance of having water and speaking into your water. Nothing and no one is going to stop me from reaching my goal. In 14 days, I will accomplish what I set myself out to do. Whatever you feel is necessary, but you get that energy out and turn it into power. This is the importance of taking 14 days of your life, just one part of the month, and making sure that you are reaching your goals. And the more you do this, the more your mind is going to trigger off a disciplined state of action. When you are sick, for those of you all who may have experienced cancer like I did, once you start telling your body through this practice what you expect for your body to do, because now you are directing yourself in a different direction to better yourself, your body is going to answer. If you're feeling bad, your body is feeling bad. Whatever you put out, your body's going to recognize. If you have a song that you like and you really get into it, the body is going to follow. The body is no more than tiny atoms or tiny versions of yourself times a billion. And what you put out, the body is going to follow and recognize. I feel good right now. I know that somebody's going to hear this message and they're going to be motivated and they're going to take this practice that I'm going to show you all how to do, and they're going to talk about how this worked. There's going to be somebody on here that's going to take action and be successful at it, and their whole mindset is going to change. This is how you defeat cancer. This is how you defeat sickness, by turning that energy into light. That is your goal. So take your water. I want you to think about something that you're bothered by. I want you to take 5 minutes, and I'm going to continue saying this in every video from now on. I want you to focus on 5 minutes on what you want to manifest that will make you feel good. I need you to actually focus in on what it is that will make you feel good. What are you expecting from this practice? And actually put yourself mentally in that place.
Low battery, please charge.
All right, that's my, hold on, that's my speaker. Let me cut the speaker off. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. I want you to focus here. Right here. This is your heart center. Also right here, probably can't see my hand, but this is the root chakra area, right underneath your belly button. Listen, 2 inches from your belly button is your root chakra. I want you to put your hand in that area. All right. This ain't no perverted stuff. This actually is some real practice. Now, when you're feeling depressed, all of that energy starts in the root chakra. This is your emotional center. And when you take control of that emotional center, you focus on turning that darkness or that depression, that sadness, that worry energy into light and make it work to your benefit. Some practitioners, they will take their hand, make a fist, and slightly punch their hand, punch the stomach, that little area. They take both hands. And the goal is to put yourself in a condition where you're grabbing all of that negative energy and you're letting it go. So if you worried and you depressed and you worried that you're not going to make the money, you worried you're not going to pass the test, you're worried that you're not going to get that girl, you're not going to get that guy, you're not going to, get to that point where you're happy seeing that goal accomplished, you're going to get this energy out. And you're going to do this for 14 days until that energy no longer bothers you. It's no longer in you. Then you're going to go upward. Now you're turning that energy that you feel depressed about. Now you're feeling better. You're going to go up a little bit. You're going to go up above the navel or belly button. Now you're taking that energy and you're turning it into something that is actually attracting what you want. And you're going to focus on actually seeing what you want coming your way. You're trying to get a loan. You're going to see the person saying that you're able to get the money that you need. You're going to focus on that. Then you're going to take it to your solar plexus. Now you're imagining that it's actually happening. How are you feeling? Let's say you went to the casino. I'm not a gambler, but I'm just using this as an example. You go to the casino and you go on one of those slots that have one of those jackpots, and you actually see yourself winning that jackpot. How would you feel? You will feel really good, especially if that jackpot hit for enough money so you can pay your bills for so much of your money you got still left over. You can vacation. You can relax. You ain't got to worry about any medical bills. You ain't got to worry about your rent. You ain't got to worry about your mortgage. You ain't got to worry about your car note, your insurances. How would that make you feel? That will make you feel relieved, right? Now you love the new environment that you in. Now you in your heart chakra. This is your love chakra. Now you putting all that energy in. I am financially stable. I'm financially free. I am financially in a better place now. Now you go to your throat chakra, which I was just saying to you at the beginning. I'm working out. Now I manifest financial abundance. I am financially stable. I have more money now than I ever had, and I'm grateful. I can pay all my bills on time. My credit is good. I can pay off my car. I can pay off any bills that I'm in debt to. I don't have any debts anymore. I'm debt free. How do you feel now? Now you're putting it out in the universe. I can take care of my kids a little bit better for those who got children. I can take out my girl and not be stressed out. I can go on vacation. I can then spend more time with my children. I can spend more time with my loved one. I can spend more time with myself. Heck, I can sleep all day. I ain't got to worry about no bills. I can take off work. I can relax. Now you're putting that out there. Now you actually see it. You actually see that you got money in your bank account. You got all your bills paid. You got enough money freely. You've actually got so much money from this event that you were able to take it and actually get a financial advisor and help you put the money in the right place. So now you don't have to worry about money again because your money is working for you now. You're not working for money. You're at peace and you're putting that out. I got a train. I stay by a train, so you're hearing this train. But now you've actually manifested what you wanted here first. And now you put it out in the universe. And now with this small practice, you're relaxed now. Your body is now vibrating on that frequency, shout out to Ralph Smart, that tells you what you're asking for is now coming. And you do this for 14 days, do it for 30 days, but continue the cycle repetitiously. And now it becomes something that you do automatically. And lastly, you want to take your water as you're doing that. Now you put it into your water because water stores energy. Now I have all of the money that I needed and more. I've attracted so much money that I have more money than what I can do with. I got more money now than I've ever had. And I'm happy now that I'm in a better place. Not only do I have more money than I ever had, but I have enough money to pay off my bills for the rest of the year. That means I can relax for several months till I get myself together the way I want to. I can go on to the gym. I can go on vacations. I can relax because I have everything in balance. I am now in order in my life. I got my stuff together. I'm saying words that manifest into what I want. This is what I'm saying. In 14 days, my life will change for the better. In 14 days, I no longer worry about things that I was hurt by. I'm no longer bothered by being sick. I'm no longer sick because in 14 days, I have remedied this situation. I put in the work to do better with my health, with my finances, and with my life. And I'm grateful for this. And I am sending this energy out to anyone that watches this video. 14 days, pain last only 14 days. After those 14 days, move on and heal. I am healing. My words are healing someone. My words is helping someone get through a rough moment. And through that rough moment, they are rebuilding themselves in 14 days. They are in a better place, a better state of mind, a better financial state bracket, a better themselves. 14 days and give it back to the Most High and say, Spirit, I let you fix it now. I put it out in the universe. This is how you heal, and you continue doing this. It's a repetitious thing. You know how when we were younger, for those of you all went to church, we would say the Lord's Prayer. You said it so many times that you can remember it from the heart. You have to do the same thing in putting yourself in a mode where I am doing better. I am doing better. And for all of us right now, we need to reinstate our positive vibrations. I hope you guys get the message that I'm sending here because I want to make sure I don't lose anybody. I learned how to heal by the discipline. But my elder said to me, from the words of Dick Gregory, fear and God don't occupy the same space. You got to choose sides. When I found out that I had cancer, I was so mad that I said, with all this that I got going on, you give me this ish, F you, I'm not dying. War MF, bring it. And I meant that. I meant that. During those 6 years, going from being in a relationship, now divorced, being homeless, living with friends, then living with my sister, then living with my other sister, and for 6 years, going through that from 2016 to 2023, I had to go through humility. I had to go through not living in my own place, though I was working. I'm not coming home. I'm coming to somebody else's house who blessed me to stay there. But I wanted to be in my own because I'm a hermit. But I had to deal with it. And God, He humbled me to make me realize that if you want to get out of this situation, you're going to have to work for it. But you're going to have to allow me to put you in the place where you need to be. And I was fighting. I was fighting my butt off. I worked so hard for 3 years just to try to get some stability. And I just could not get things going right. I tried to get an apartment for 3 years and could not get it. And I tried. I really tried. It took me after they finally, now I had to wait 6 years to have my last surgery because I was wearing a colostrophe bag and I had 5 colonoscopies. I had 10 doctor's appointments, blood work. I'm telling you, I went through it all trying to get this done. I had to go through 3 different times of getting my paperwork together. Said these words: I know you're trying to start over. You're doing good, but I humbly suggest that you wait until the surgery is done before you move into your own place. Because if something happens to you and this is still open, it can be worse. I had to consider the fact that if they opened me up at the time, mind you, we got COVID going on. I got an open wound. I could have got sick then. Luckily, I didn't. Didn't have to take the shot, nothing. I went through it, no symptoms. But just waiting for this was enough. And it did something to my pride because who wants to walk around in a public facility with a colostomy bag on? Lo and behold, Lord knows that you're going to have to eat. And if anybody's had a colostomy bag, you're going to have gas. And so you got to have this stuff in there. You got to make sure you eat the right stuff so you don't have gassy issues because you don't want to bomb the whole entire building that you're in because you're wearing this thing. I'm telling you, it was not easy. And I had to wear that for 6 years. When they finally told me that I could finally have this surgery, my sister had just got married. Shout out to my sister Candace. She's a knucklehead. But I told my nephews and nieces because I was living with them. 6 months, no, I'm sorry, after the surgery, 6 months after my surgery, I'm looking for my own place because I'm going to be able to do it. And I was able to do that by way of my cousin finding a place for me. And while I was in Florida, doing a very beautiful job on 2 food trucks, shout out to my big brother Mose and Kiki from Kiki's Cafe. I think it's Kiki's Cafe. Please forgive me. A crafts by Kiki, who is a heck of a cook, and I can't wait to get back down to Florida to actually get some food from her. Because I did her whole entire food truck. Before I left, I was blessed to do enough work to have a nice deposit for the apartment that I'm talking to you all in now. And I'm grateful. And when I moved into this apartment 2 years ago, actually to the date, 2 years ago, I remember taking pictures of myself. This is the next chapter of my life. And I've been on that chapter, I've been on that journey ever since. It's been 2 years that I've been on my own at 53 years old. It was not easy, but you'll get through it. So I'm giving you this tool. 14 days from now, whatever you are going through, get a calendar and write from day 1 to day 14. I'm going to get done with this and I'm no longer going to let this bother me. I'm going to move on and do better. And that's my message for the day. Don't forget to talk to your water before you drink it. I needed to drink some water anyway. So if this inspired you to do better, I did my job. I want you all to have a powerful day. Please remember, these videos are for the intended purpose of edutainment. Though a lot of the videos that I want to put on this line, it ends up getting flagged because I talk about a lot of things when it comes to healing. And one of the things I talk about is how to kill cancer within 120 days. And that's as deep as I'm going to go with that. If you're interested, I will be making videos real soon before my book comes out. It's called FU I'm Not Dying, My Cancer Story. And the partner book to that called The Regiment, the 120-day program. This is the program that my elder taught me and put me on, and it helped me fight cancer, colon cancer, and the results definitely showed, and I got the pictures to prove it and show everything. I hope you all learned something from this video. You all be safe. And as I always say, I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. Peace.